Our world is home to many vast forests, inhabited by creatures of immense size. The African continent, too, harbors just such a mysterious and dense jungle, the Congo rainforest. Associated with the nation of Congo, this forest ranks as the second largest in the world. It is so colossal that it could easily accommodate 20 countries the size of the United Kingdom within its borders. Its total area spans a staggering 3.7 million square kilometers. Yet, for all its immense size, this forest is even more terrifying and steeped in mystery. It is said that there are certain sections of this jungle where human beings have yet to set foot. Even the indigenous tribes who call this region home are afraid to venture into its deepest recesses. Congo is not merely a geographical location on a map. The entire country is a place of strangeness, wonder, and enigma. In today's video, you will learn about the peculiar phenomena associated with the Congo rainforest and the nation itself. We all know that the largest snake to ever exist on Earth was the titanoboa, a creature capable of reaching lengths of up to 47 feet. These serpents weighed approximately 1,535 kilograms. It is believed that they roamed the Earth some 6 million years ago. Their fossils were first discovered in Colombia. But what if I told you that the titanoboa is not extinct after all, that it might in fact still be roaming our planet? In 1959, Remy van Lierde, a colonel in the Belgian Air Force, was returning to his base camp by helicopter after completing a mission. At that moment, his aircraft was flying over the Katanga region of the Congo. From his vantage point high above, he suddenly spotted something moving amidst the dense jungle canopy below. Van Lierde was an experienced pilot, capable of accurately estimating the dimensions of objects on the ground from the air. Upon sighting this bizarre creature, Van Lierde and his co-pilot were overcome with curiosity. They decided to descend in their helicopter to get a closer look at this strange phenomenon. However, nothing could have prepared them for what they witnessed once they reached a lower altitude. Lying amidst the jungle foliage was a colossal snake, measuring a staggering 50 feet in length. The head of this snake measured 3 feet in length and 2 feet in width. Its body was dark brown and green, while its underside was white. Remy Van was left stunned upon seeing the snake. Wishing to document the creature and observe it from a closer vantage point, he instructed his companion to lower the helicopter. As they descended and hovered around the snake, he noticed that it had reared up to a height of 10 feet, a clear indication that it was about to strike. Recognizing these ominous warning signs, Van Lierde and his companion wisely decided that making a hasty retreat would be their best course of action. However, before departing, they managed to capture several photographs. Upon returning to base camp, when Van Lierde recounted the encounter to a group of experts, initially no one could bring themselves to believe his story. Yet, when the experts examined the photographs, they too were left astonished. Following this incident, the experts, accompanied by members of local tribes, conducted extensive searches in that specific region of the Congolese jungle. However, they found no trace of a snake measuring 50 feet in length. According to the experts, the creature was likely an African rock python, a species known to grow up to 25 feet long. Currently, the largest snake species on Earth is the green anaconda, which can reach lengths of approximately 30 feet. Yet, the snake captured in Van Lierde's photographs appeared to be nearly 50 feet long. Just imagine, then, how truly formidable the jungles of the Congo must be. The Democratic Republic of the Congo possesses vast reserves of precious metals and minerals. Indeed, it ranks among the world's richest nations in terms of natural resources. However, you may be surprised to learn that despite this abundance of valuable resources, the vast majority of the country's population continues to live in poverty. This dire state of affairs has plagued the nation for a very long time. During the 19th century, the country was transformed into the personal colony of King Leopold II of Belgium. Under his rule, the local population was subjected to brutal and ruthless exploitation. At that time, the country was a major producer of rubber, which was harvested in massive quantities. Moreover, all the arduous labor was forcibly extracted from the Congolese people, yet they received no wages in return. Nearly a century has passed since the death of Leopold II in 1909, yet despite the passage of time, the plight of the Congolese people remains unchanged. Currently, cobalt mining has become a highly prominent industry in the Congo. Cobalt is a metal, a crucial component in the batteries of smartphones and electric vehicles, and it is found in abundance within the Congo. In 2022, global cobalt production totaled 166,000 tons. Remarkably, 111,000 tons of this total were mined in the Congo alone. Regrettably, however, all the profits generated from cobalt mining flow exclusively to foreign mining corporations. Meanwhile, the Congolese people, who perform the grueling work of mining through sheer physical labor, receive only meager wages. Cobalt is a highly toxic substance. Nevertheless, risking their very lives and entirely without safety equipment, individuals ranging from the elderly to children as young as 7 years old engage in this mining work. Yet no one actually forces them to undertake this labor. However, the rate of disease here is exceptionally high. Consequently, out of necessity, the inhabitants risk their health for the sake of meager wages. Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that inhabited our planet toward the end of the Triassic period. Fossils of pterosaurs were first discovered in Bavaria, Germany, in the late 18th century. It is believed that they went extinct 66 million years ago. But what if I told you that some species of them might still be alive today? Local residents here frequently recount tales of occasionally spotting a strange bird near the wetlands or along the riverbanks, a creature with a lizard-like body but wings resembling those of a bat. This creature is said to attack fishermen and prey upon local wildlife. The indigenous tribes of this region refer to this monster as the Congomato. The world at large first learned of the Congomato after 1923. In that year, Frank Hume Melland published a book titled In Witch-Bound Africa. Prior to publishing this work, Frank had embarked on an expedition to northern Congo, where he forged close, friendly bonds with the local inhabitants. It was the local tribes who first introduced him to the legends of the Congomato monster. Melland was a zoologist. Consequently, his curiosity to learn more about this mysterious bird in greater detail was piqued. He traveled to various regions, questioning local populations about the characteristics of this creature. Astonishingly, they all described the exact same animal. They spoke of occasionally seeing a bird, resembling a flying reptile, soaring through the sky, with a wingspan extending at least 2 meters across. After interviewing countless individuals, Melland became convinced that they were all describing one and the same creature, a creature that had supposedly gone extinct 66 million years ago. In the early 19th century, while conducting expeditions in the Congo, a group of Europeans discovered a formidable weapon in the possession of a small tribe known as the Ningo. This weapon was called the Ngolo sword. Upon examining ancient drawings, they realized that the Ngolo sword was used to execute prisoners. In the local language, Ngolo means the executioner's sword. This sword is widely recognized throughout the entire Congo region and served as a symbol of power. The sword measures approximately 25 inches in length. Its tip resembles a sickle, while its lower edge features sharp, saw-like teeth. However, this sword carries a dark history, one that continues to instill fear in the people of the Congo to this day. In fact, the Ningo tribe of the Congo was notorious for being cannibals. They reserved the use of this sword exclusively for special ceremonies. They utilized it not only to carry out the executions of prisoners, but also to venture out on hunts, capturing members of neighboring tribes to be consumed as food. Members of this tribe can still be found in the Congo today. However, they have long since abandoned the practice of cannibalism. Since the onset of Belgian colonial rule in 1858, this custom of the Ningo tribe has been officially banned. Nevertheless, to perpetuate their ancient traditions, they have substituted humans with goats for their ceremonial rituals. They regard the goat as a sacred animal. They sacrifice it and consume bowls filled with its blood. For many years, Africa has captivated explorers from various corners of the globe. Attilio Gatti, an Italian writer, filmmaker, and adventure enthusiast, was one such individual. In 1927, Attilio traveled to Egypt to seek medical treatment. Upon his arrival, he became utterly captivated by the African continent. He had harbored a keen interest in exploring African cultures since childhood. He spent a considerable amount of time in Africa, dedicating himself to studying the Congo's natural environment and the cultural traditions of its inhabitants. While there, he began producing documentary films in collaboration with local tribes. During his time in the Congo, he captured approximately 40,000 photographs. He frequently participated in the various celebrations held by the tribes and joined local hunting parties on their expeditions. One of his most famous photographs depicts him standing alongside a gorilla he had successfully hunted. Attilio cultivated strong, positive relationships with these tribes. On one occasion, some local tribes informed him that there existed a terrifying cave in the Congo, a place inhabited by a malevolent spirit. It was said that anyone who ventured inside this cave never returned. This cave was known as Kaweana Cave. In the local Congolese language, Kaweana translates to painful death. Intrigued by these tales recounted by the local tribes, he resolved to venture inside this infamous Kaweana Cave. Attilio, accompanied by a large team, began his entry into the cave. As he stepped inside, he was immediately assailed by a foul odor emanating from within. Venturing a little deeper, he bore witness to a gruesome sight. The cave floor was strewn with countless human bones and skeletons, as if someone had committed a massacre and buried the victims right there within the cave. According to local folklore, the malevolent spirit residing in the cave would abduct people, drag them back to its lair, and slaughter them inside. However, through his investigations, Attilio eventually discovered that, at some point in the past, the local inhabitants had simply used the cave as a burial ground for their dead. Friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That is all for today. For now, I bid you farewell. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.